Hello, beautiful souls. It's Julie here from Moon Crystal Magic, here to bring a collective reading for the sign of Taurus tonight. So first of all, I've drawn some cards from my Shadow and Light deck, and you have here growth and pain. So what that's saying to you is that, you know, with all growth, with all lessons that you learn in life, that your soul's learning, it's bringing growth. But those lessons, they always seem to come with some kind of pain. But the pain is necessary for the growth. Then we have rejection and nurturing. So that energy is saying to me, you know, sometimes you may feel you're being rejected, but you need to remember everyone's on their own soul journey. And so you need to remember to nourish yourself, nourish your own soul. You know, don't take things personally. Everyone's on their own journey in this life. And sometimes, you know, we just don't mesh with someone else's journey. So basically, it's just trying to let you know that, you know, you shouldn't take things to heart so much, and remember to always nurture your own soul, especially if you're coming out of a relationship or anything like that. I'm going to pull some tarot cards now and give you some guidance here, Taurus. Spirit, can you bring me some messages, please, for Taurus tonight? Okay, what we have here, I'm going to pull some cards out, and then we have strength. So it's looking to me like there's been a situation that's happened for you recently, Taurus, where you've had to really call upon your strength, the strength within. And that's where we're talking about here with the growth and the pain. You know, everything that's a lesson within our lives, you know, it feels painful, but that pain is what it is that, you know, really makes your soul grow. So I see you've been looking back into the past a bit here, and, you know, I see you have this King of Cups here. We're going to go a bit further in and see if that's an actual person or if that's you that we're talking about here. Yep, so we also have the Hanged Man, the Seven of Wands, and yeah, so to me it looks like there's a relationship has ended here for you, Taurus. So you've got the Hanged Man. So when you have the Hanged Man, it's showing you that you sometimes need to look at things in a different perspective, from a different angle. You know, Seven of Wands, you know, that's showing me that you felt like you're being attacked. You know, you felt like, you know, the relationship you've been in has been attacking you, and you've been left feeling completely empty. Like your cups are all empty, all of your emotions are empty, you feel like you've been drained. And you've been reminiscing on the past. So now whether this is something that's just happened and it's just literally in the immediate past, it looks like what you need to be doing here, Taurus, is really looking from a different perspective and seeing things from another angle. Oops, I'm dripping over the floor here. We then have the Nine of Wands. So I can see from the Nine of Wands that you've had a lot of burden. You know, you've been carrying a lot of heavy load. And as you can see from the card, though, the wands are behind this woman, and she's just holding on to one now. So all of that's coming, like, that energy is all coming out now. It's all going into the past. You know, you've done the hard yards. You've worn the T-shirt, you know. So that is an energy that's moving away from you now, Taurus. See here, the Seven of Swords. You could feel like someone's taken something from you. You could feel like someone's, you know, taken your heart, stolen off with your, you know, your emotions. But that's, you know, this is all kind of like thoughts that are going on in your head with the swords here. But it's still very much in your energy, that part of it, because you've got this pro here who's really squawking out loud. But it's like trying to give you a message as well. Anything that comes out of your energy here or has been in your energy like this, it's illuminated by the moon, and it's something that's going away. It's moving away now from you. So it's very much feeling as if you've had an emotional roller coaster ride here a bit, and you know, you've been looking back into the past and, you know, feeling really quite depleted and empty in your emotions. Yeah, and so what it was, you thought it was like a wish fulfillment. You thought that this was you know, like a bit like your happy ending, and that's what you thought was happening. But what's coming in now is some choices for you. Choices not necessarily with another person, we'll find out as we go further on, but choices where you can make a choice. You can decide, where you go from here, how you choose to deal with this situation, Taurus. Yeah, then we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So this is showing that, you've been planting some new ideas, some new seeds, watching them start to nurture. And then we have the King of Wands. So this to me looks like you might have something coming in for you that's something quite passionate. Again, we have the strength in this card. So it's showing you that whatever you're nourishing and nurturing now to bring into your future, remember that you have got that strength. And with the King of Wands, you're really you can really go into your passion. We have the Five of Cups again. And so, as I always say, when we have the double cards here, we've got two Five of Cups. They have slightly different images on them. They're two separate tarot decks, but they're the same general energy. You're feeling like very, very depleted at the moment. You're feeling like your emotions have been really emptied out, drained, like your love cups haven't been filled, so to speak. Let's pull some more cards here. It feels like something, a relationship has either from the past, it's coming back up again into your thoughts. Yeah, so then we have the Ace of Wands. There's a fresh, passionate beginning of some description coming in for you, Taurus. And it feels like maybe you're kind of like sitting in some past energy still that you need to clear out. Out with the old and in with the new, that kind of saying. Let's keep going here. Right, so then we have, so we have the Four of Pentacles. So you're holding on to something. You're still holding on to something tightly. And the King of Pentacles is here as well. So, what you're holding on to is some kind of stability that you used to have. Maybe you lost that stability when this relationship ended and you're really holding on tightly to it still. That's why you're not letting go of the past. It's really important when things come to an end, especially something that's been a big part of your life, that you really take that time to nurture your soul, to do some self-love work, to do some mindset work and, try and come out of your mind, get into the moment and, really take that other perspective, like with the Hanged Man here. Just look at things from a different angle instead of thinking, this has happened and this has happened. Look for a positive in everything. Try and find a lesson that you can have learnt that's going to help you to grow from the experience of what you've just experienced. Because yes, growth does come with pain, and that's what this original card was saying to you. But it's for the better. It's for lessons to learn, for your soul to evolve and to grow. So even though it might feel like something really, it was really a terrible situation for you, everything happens for a reason in our lives, and it's really for our souls to grow and evolve. And, with one energy that goes out the door, you're always ready to welcome in nicer energies through, better things coming. Let's have a look and see, Taurus, what's going on here. Some more cards here for Taurus, please. Spirit, what's happening here with Taurus? I see that their past energies are still bothering them. What can you give us for some guidance here? Okay, we have the High Priestess. She's saying, really go into your intuition here, Taurus. Really go in and do some spiritual work, do some meditating. Sit with some crystals even. Like, we have this beautiful amethyst here. Amethyst is a really, really good healing type of crystal. And you can sit with your crystals and you can sit in meditation and ask them to help you, to bring you some peace and some healing. The High Priestess also says to always be aware of your gut feelings and use your intuition. But she's also very spiritual. So she's, saying, keep in touch with that spiritual side. Keep in touch with that gentle side of yourself, What else do we have here? Messages for Taurus, please. The Wheel of Fortune, right. So moving on from what we just said. This is like the fate, destiny card. So when you actually get the Wheel of Fortune, it's saying that the wheel has spun round. The Wheel of Fortune has spun round for your favour here. Whatever's just happened in this past situation was destined to happen for a reason, and the reason was to grow your soul, for your soul to evolve in this. And that's where the Wheel of Fortune comes, and it lands in places at times in our life when we need to learn a lesson, our soul wants to grow. So if you can take that away from this situation, instead of seeing it as something bad that's happened to you, see it as something good that's happened for you. We also have the Eight of Swords here. So the Eight of Swords is a bit of a feeling of like, you know, you might not be sleeping very well, you might be having some funny sort of dreams. And then we have the 9 as well, the 9 of Swords as well. So it's showing that you're coming away from that those sorts of feelings. You know, perhaps you felt in that previous relationship, perhaps you had a lot of arguing, criticism, that type of thing. And it's showing here that the energy is moving away because you're moving closer to the 10. And a 10 is a completion number. So with the 8 and the 9 next to each other like that, that's saying that you're quickly progressing away from that. Right. And we have the Fool. So the Fool here is like the very first card of the tarot deck. And the Fool is showing a whole fresh new beginning for you, Taurus. So basically that cycle has closed out. Like with the Wheel of Fortune here, you know, you've closed out a cycle. It's done. It's finished. And with that, that's when you need to sit back and reflect. Look at things from other angles, like the Hanged Man. Rejection, nurturing. If you're feeling rejected from this ending of this relationship, the universe is saying to you, nurture yourself. Bring in some self-love. You know, the only person in this world that really, really needs to love you the most is you. Because when you love yourself the most, you don't need anybody else to fill up your cup. You can fill up your own cup. So I hope that helps you somewhat, Taurus. It is that cycle has now finished for you. It's gone and it's done, and you'll be moving forward now into a fresh new start, a fresh new episode, a fresh new whole cycle of your life, and that's exciting. So we'll see you next time, and we'll see what's going to be coming up for you then. If you liked my video, please press the like and subscribe button, and feel free to leave any comments, and I'll answer you straight away. Thank you then, Taurus. Good night.